Good evening, folks. How's it going? Tonight I have for you something a little different for me. A lot of people who I play TFC with, a lot of people who I've played PlanetSide with, a lot of people who I've played Guild Wars 2 with don't know that there have been many months of my life that I have given away to a lovely game called Skyrim. Skyrim is a unique game, and one of the things I love about it is the way the world feels and the crazy contradictory tapestry that is painted by the lore from its books. So today what I want to do is bring you the story of an orc named Zug. Zug is, like many of his kind, a warrior, and he finds himself in Skyrim with an angle to make a way for himself and eventually, I think, join the war. Now, Zug has a strange fascination. He's not always very proud of, perhaps a bit shy. Because he's an orc warrior who loves stories. But before arriving in Skyrim, he could never read them for himself. Who can say why? The letters never made sense to him, despite the tutelage of, let's say, his grandmother. But something's about to happen to Zug that's going to change him. In many ways. It's going to put him into a situation where he's got to make choices he never thought he'd have to make. And see things he never thought he'd get to see. Zug is not an imaginative orc. He has not allowed himself to be. He understands his place in life is to be a warrior, and he's good at it. But in Skyrim, he's going to find a new path of being a storyteller himself. One night in Darkwater Crossing, it's said that Zug was guarding some, let's say, some caravan traveling from city to city. And lo and behold, he was stopped by a Stormcloak patrol, and before he knew it, there were shouts ringing in the night, swords drawn, and he got bonked on the head. That bonk on the head knocked him out and changed him. And when he wakes up, he'll be in a scene you all know all too well, and he will suddenly have the letters begin to make sense to him and begin his path of absorbing the lore of Skyrim. Let's get into it.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Ignore that.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric, the Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. What if they captured you? Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should leave home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
Rayloff. Such a poet. So where do you boys think we're headed? As we slowly roll into Helgen, I'll clarify that yes, this is a mod playthrough. But it's not very focused on trying to make Skyrim look like it was made in 2030. Mainly it's focused on small gameplay touches, variety. Little things that make playing the game more engaging, more interesting to me personally.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Ugh. Michael Hogan.
Sure. Mara, Debella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Hogan's the voice of Tullius.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this.
Good luck here.
This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny, when I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
This is why you have to choose Rayloff. Voice of the people.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Yes, Papa.
Whoa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line.
Speaking of choices.
Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them we weren't with you. This is a mistake.
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Rayloff of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
They're in line for popsicles.
No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this.
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me.
Here doesn't like orange flavor.
Anyone else feel like running?
Ooh.
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you? You from one of the strongholds, Zork. How did you end up here? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By
Huh?
your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your remains are returned to Osenium. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Damned Imperials.
Ulfric
Can't kill
Stormcloak.
me.
Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
This
What
opening
was that?
sequence
Nothing.
is so
Carry on.
perfect.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon
For the love of Talos, shut up
Salt
and let's get
earth
this over with.
Nirn.
As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the orc.
There it is again. Did you hear that?
I said next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries. What do you see?
It's in the clouds!
Dragon!
Oh,
What is that thing?
Would the legends be true?
Legends don't burn down villages.
We need to move, now! Up through the tower. Let's go! With me, up the tower. We just need to move.
you first.
Jump through the roof and get going. Go! We'll follow when we can.
Hip.
Hammond, you need to get over here. Now! That boy. You're doing great. Toro! God! Everyone get back! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and join the defense. God's guide you. Stay close to the wall! Quickly, follow me!
Let's go. Holy shit! What? Oh, dude, it's strong. Destroyed my plot armor. Ah! Ow!
Out of my way!
You're escaping, Headman. You're not slow just this time.
Fine, I off that ready. Takes you all to starboard guard.
Come on! Into the keys.
With me, prisoner. Let's go!
Sorry, Headbar. Sorry, lost my boy.
Through here.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. That thing was a dragon. No doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. You may as well take Gunjar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore.
Pretty quiet.
Grab Gunjar's gear. No shame in... All right. Get that
Sorry,
armor on
Gunjar.
and give that axe
I'll
a few
use it
swings
well.
to see if I can find some way out of here. Ah, this one's locked. Let's see about that gate.
Let's see how we look.
Damn. No way to open this from our side. It's the Imperials! Take cover!
Get this gate open.
You won't take us alive!
That the best you can do?
Kill you!
Ooh.
Maybe one of these Imperials had the key. See if you can unlock that door. Did you find the key? See if it unlocks that door.
I don't believe Zug would wear Imperial gear.
See if you can unlock
But
that
he
door.
might loot it. Because he knows armor's valuable.
Did you find the key? See if it unlocks that door. That's it. Come on, let's get out of here before the dragon brings the whole tower down on our heads.
Sounds good.
Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
Grab everything important and let's move. Dragon's burning everything to the ground.
Just need to gather some more potions.
You won't leave Helgen alive.
Skyrim! This is what you want!
A storeroom. See if you can find any potions. We'll need them.
Stores, okay. Some food, yeah. Zug could use a bite. Some wine. There we go. Zug likes potions. We're gonna have a bite of bread. So I'll talk here for a second before we continue about a couple things. Just a couple things. As much as possible, I'm not going to try to loot and rearm when I'm in the middle of dungeons and encounters. So I'll loot and move on for the most part and try to do rearmament when I'm in natural resting periods for the character. Secondly, I have a mod that prevents the game from pausing when I'm in certain menus. like for example, the inventory menu. But I do have a quick menu that does pause. So anything that I have on the quick bar, I can pop into combat and get a potion if I need it. So actually, one more note: Zug is not a magic user. In fact, he only has one mana, one magicka, as you can see. So he will not need magical potions.
Done? Let's get moving. Hear that?
Come on.
Must have run off.
Jarl Ulfric with you?
No, I haven't seen him since the dragon showed up.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cage. Ah, it's locked. See if you can get it open with some picks. We might need that gold once we get out. Grab anything useful and let's go.
Something else about Zug. Zug is no good with his hands, unless it's a weapon. So he's not a crafter and he's not a lockpicker, but he's got a good arm.
Better to stick together down here.
So let's stick together. Sounds good. I was really worried that I have a lot of combat mods installed that generally function to increase the difficulty of the game. I was really worried this was going to be incredibly punishing. So far, though, that's been too bad. Got this stuff too soon. Oof, leave it to the battle mode.
I'll make you pay. Just call yourself a lord.
And take that.
Go on ahead. See if the way is clear.
I keep watching his frequency through here. Palace guide broken.
Hoping one of these gents will have a two-hander Zug tomorrow. That's what Zug really deserves. I hear you, Rayloff. I'm on the way. Let's roll.
Come on, this way. Let's see where this goes. Better push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out.
Hmm. I forgot that was there.
That doesn't go anywhere.
Good
Guess
observation,
we better
Rayloff.
try this way.
I couldn't agree more. After you. Zug may be a tough warrior. He's not a dumb warrior. Don't go first if you don't have to. Oh god. Oh, thank you. Zug prefers to stay clear. Especially the big ones.
Hate those things. Too many eyes, you know?
Yeah, I do. Frostbite venom's useful. Ugh. What's that? Why are these
Hold up.
braziers there?
There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise. Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back. Sneaking is overrated, eh?
Yes. Why sneak when you can win? You're welcome, your victims.
That looks like the way out. I knew we'd make it. Wait! There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer not to, Rayloff.
You know, you should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will
Empire
know
in
what the
Windhelm?
coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
Ulfric. Right. Ulfric, the guy who is going to get executed, who almost got us killed. Right.
See that ruin up there? Blink Falls Barrow. I never understood how my sister could stand living in the shadow of that place. darkness. I guess you get used to it. These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead. See for yourself.
Thief. Mage. Warrior. Signs leapt out at Zug. He immediately knew which to choose. Bar was saying, this is the way.
Remember, this isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid. If we run into any Imperials, just let me do the talking, alright?
Wearing Stormcloak armor. Well, that you'd like to change. Hang on.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
What is that?
For Skyrim!
What are we shooting at? Okay.
A dragon!
Looks like nobody here knows what happened. Come on.
Now, Mother.
Gerd is probably working in her lumber
Black
mill.
as night. It flew right over the barrel.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more war fantasies.
It was a dragon. It'll kill us all and then you'll believe me.
Gerda!
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be here? We
Gerda!
heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerda, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Odd, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
What is it, woman? Stand drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
Raylo, what are you doing here? Ha, I'll be right down.
Uncle Raylo, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric Stormcloak?
Hush, Frodnar. This is no time for your games. Go and watch the South Road. Come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers coming.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Rayla.
Look at you. Almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Rayla. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Now, Rayloff, what's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Rayloff's is a friend of mine. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Thank you. I will relieve you of your mead and your healing potions. And your bread. You may keep the rest.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I missed, but did anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, you know, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low.
Let's take a load off.
I told you my sister would help us out.
So Rayloff, tell me, why were you being executed?
Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak himself.
I don't pay much attention to current events.
Oh, right. They said you were captured crossing the border.
Still.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of Ulfric. He's our leader. The leader of the Stormcloaks.
And let's just say I don't know who the Stormcloaks are.
Surely, even down in Cyrodiil, people have heard news of the war in Skyrim. The Nords are tired of spending our blood fighting the Empire's wars, and paying for the Empire's decadence with our taxes. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He's leading the fight to drive the Empire out of Skyrim, once and for all.
How did you end up as a prisoner?
I was assigned to Ulfric's guard. We were on our way to Darkwater Crossing, in the south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5 to 1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess. I thought they were taking us south to Cyrodiil. Parade us in front of the Emperor. But then, we stopped in Helgen. And you know the rest.
And you really think I should join up with the Stormcloaks?
Damn right. You don't have to be a Nord to fight for Skyrim's freedom. You should come to Windhelm with me and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
You think Ulfric knows where the dragon comes from?
Well, maybe not. Dragons haven't been seen in Skyrim for an age or more. But wherever that dragon came from, and whatever it wants, Ulfric will get to the bottom of it. You can count on that. Besides, you have your own score to settle with the Empire now. And with that dragon.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, sure, I understand. No need to decide now. But I know that after you think about what you saw today, you'll realize that Skyrim deserves to be free.
Perhaps I will.
So you saw a dragon, did you? Tell me, what was it like? As big as a house?
Bigger.
Well, I'll be. That'd be a sight to see. Not that I actually want to see one, understand. I hope that dragon stays far away from here.
Do you mind if I take this? Thank you. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
Time to get some rest. Zug is tired. Let's find the inn.
Care to have a drink with me, sweet secret?
Drunk again, Henry. Don't let Alvar hear you talking to me that way. He'll stick your head in his forge.
So that's a no, I take it.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell. Until next time.
So we'll talk to her about the room?
You're that visitor been poking around.
I just arrived.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
All right. This one, right? All right, let's get some Z's. Just want to check something. Let's pull up back to fourth wall for a second here. I didn't notice any levels up while we were going through Helgen. I'm a little worried about that. Says I made no progress at all. When before I started the game, I changed my stats to fit the RP of Zog. Let's just look it up real quick, shall we?
Yeah?
Excuse me. I don't think so, buddy. Up.
You in need of a companion? I reckon
Okay.
I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day.
You know what? You just enjoy that room for a hot minute. I'll leave the door open for you.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
This'll do. To be honest with you, I didn't do a lot of fighting. So it could just be that I didn't level up. Let's keep playing for a little while. If I did screw something up, we can... Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll take the room back now. And let's get Zug some of the rest he sorely deserves. We have some clothing we can wear, right? Yeah. Get out of this armor. Something a little more neutral. Big sleep. Big sleep. Ah. Zug's feeling refreshed. I have some questions.
You're that visitor been poking around.
So, Zug could go to Whiterun, talk to the Jarl, as requested. Zug could go to Windhelm to join the Stormcloaks, but Zug,
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business
although
to keep
Zug
track
came
of
to Skyrim to
strangers.
join the war, ever since getting hit on the head last night, he doesn't remember which side he intended to join. So let's keep our options open for now. We're in a new place. Let's meet the people. And let's try to arm up.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
Looking for work. Got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Any news or rumors floating around?
Here, take a look at this.
How about rumors?
Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Interesting.
Lucan at the Riverwood Trader had his store broken into the other night. Oddly enough, barely anything's been stolen.
Something to poke at.
We've got something of a love triangle here in Riverwood. Faendal and Sven, both vying for Camilla's affections.
Ah, love.
Nobody trusts those mages way up north in their college. Gods only know what they do up there.
Yes. Say more about this.
Word is, Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's only gonna get worse now.
Word travels fast, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're that... I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Okay, lady.
Word is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped
Again,
from the Imperials.
word travels fast.
War is only going to get worse now.
Okay. I'll see you later. What about you, Sven?
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling him.
Corner of the triangle, then. You and Faendal like the same girl.
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood Trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
Yes. Two people spending time together never, ever blossoms into courtship.
Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still, you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over.
Okay. Let's see where this goes.
That letter ought to convince Camilla to never speak to Faendal ever again.
Yes?
Good morning. Oh my god. Oh, okay. As I was saying, good morning, Riverwood. Now, I have some armor to sell. Let's find the armor. First order of business. Let's get back up on our feet. That looks like an elf. Wonder if that's fake.
Whatever you need. Buy Ysmir if it's simple and strong. I can forge it.
It's always good to chat out the locals before you transact business. Zug knows this. Well, can you tell me about Riverwood?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters. A few generations ago, She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill. The finest weapons and armor.
Let's talk money. I have some Imperial gear. It looks like you're open to purchasing it. It's the only armor that Zug looted that is not for one of these factions is her hoods. And Zug hates wearing helmets. He can't see with them on, he can't hear with them on. Well, better to be unarmed than to be, I think Zug doesn't feel great about having all this war loot here. I think he's gonna sell it. And if Alvar will buy it, all the better. There's the skill increase I was looking for. Zug doesn't like helmets, but he's feeling a little under armored here. Same thing with shields. Again, making the best of a bad situation. Zug has no need for lockpicks, but if this fellow won't give him a price for him, there's no reason to let him go. Okay, we're up to 149 gold. What do we have, Alvar? Some good-looking weapons. Everything's looking puny, though. Alright, well, better than nothing.
Until next time.
Mind if I, never mind. See, this is what I want. I want you to sell me this. Okay. Let's see, is Sven around? I'm curious to read this letter. Zug doesn't know he's going to be able to read this yet. Zug is just enjoying breathing the air after that crazy encounter yesterday. See, Camilla Valerius is the person I want to speak to. And Lucan Valerius is the person who had the break-in. So Camilla Valerius must be related to the traitor. Okay. I'll make sure I have the note. And suddenly, Zug's mind. Dear Camilla, I know I have called upon you at your house many times, and while we may be growing close, I need you to put any desires you may have for me aside. I am a true son of Valenwood, and I could never befoul my bloodlines courting an Imperial. I hope we can remain true friends, provided you understand your people's place in the Old Mary Dominion, and respect me as such. Sincerely, Faendal. Zug doesn't know what's going on. Zug's never been able to read the letters before. He's tried under his grandmother's tutelage, or so the story went. Okay, I'm just gonna start making a big deal of this. I don't know if the RP thing's gonna work for me at
Well,
all.
one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
I'll get to you in a second. Hi, Camilla.
Maybe you could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother.
Sven wanted to trick you into believing this letter is from Faendal.
What are you talking about? What's in the letter? Oh my.
Read it for yourself.
He wanted me to think Faendal wrote this? Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Faendal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him. Until next time.
So what's this about?
Well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop. Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
You want it back, I take it?
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
Well, no, By the 8, fine. But only to the edge of town.
I'll be right there, Camilla.
The sooner you find the claw, the sooner our lives can get back to normal. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
So you overvalue your wares? I just want to sell some things. There's much I have that you're not interested in. Wine is no use to me. Raw meat. Same. Take it. It's a gesture of goodwill. Zug has no use for this. Zug's a warrior.
All right, then.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
Great. Got it.
Those thieves
I'll
must
see.
be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
Okay. That's usually what's inside of barrows. Yes.
I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one.
Imperials, am I right? Yep. I see the bridge. I see the barrow. Are we good?
This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long. Such a child.
Okay, bye. I believe Faendal owes me a favor. I'm gonna find him. Hello there. Well, Zug would like to help out. Faendal, right?
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village.
I don't think Camilla will be spending any more time with Sven.
I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
Thank you. Want to roll?
Lead the way.
Let's do it. Nice duds. Faendal the Archer, huh?
I can only hammer so fast, Kirk.
You don't have to be perfect. Just send them over when they're ready.
Hilda, Sven's a mom, right?
Nobody believes me, but I tell you, I saw a dragon.
Zug believes you, Hilda. Okay, well, Zug is ready to leave town, a bit richer, but not with much to show for it. I'm going to take a brief pause, and when we come back, we're going to check out Bleak Falls Barrow and try to get Lucan's Claw back, build up a little bit of local cred. Be right back. I always found this little idle thing to be a bit disturbing. I think a higher frame rate it spins around faster. Maybe that's why it's so weird feeling. Maybe at 30 FPS, it's a more of a moseying pace, you know? All right. Let's get into it. On your mark, Vandal. Forward up ahead. Hail. Oh. Is that how it is?
You can't
Now,
win
ain't
this!
this a surprise?
That's your back, huh? You won't.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
Ooh. Good fight. Finally, some usable armor. Let's have a look. Valuable but useless. Vandal, don't look, okay? This will work. Yeah, that's an improvement. Vandal, I got something for you.
Can I help you? Sure thing.
Put on a little bit of armor, buddy. There you go. I imagine you're fine on weapons, but just in case. Oh no. Here, use a short spear. That'll be a...
Lead on.
Good fit for a novice infantryman. A bit darker, huh? Use a torch. And again, hunting at night isn't the worst idea. Some foodstuffs. Ah, yes, the booty. Not the richest vagrants I've ever been assaulted by. Nice little town. The barrow is just a little further up the top. Let's roll. Wow, the barrow's beautiful. You hear that? Ready, rough.
Is someone there?
Archer,
Over here!
off flank. Oh,
Yeah. Mount your head on...
where are you?
That's your best, huh?
Now that's how it's done.
Skip the duds. This gentleman has something I want. Very good. Finally, a proper weapon. Feels good.
What can I get for you? Sure thing.
Before we go in, friend. Carry these.
Need anything, you just say the word.
Ready? Here's the door.
There's a lot of history in a place like that. I'll bet these walls could tell some amazing stories.
Better than us risking our necks.
What if Arbel doesn't come back? I want my share from that claw.
Just shut it. Keep an eye out for trouble.
Claw. That's what we're here for. Let's get him.
What was that?
Oh. Nice shot, Fandel. You're not bad with that thing. Useful. Extra weight we don't need. And fourth wall goes up. Fourth wall goes down.
Do try not to set off any traps, will you?
I'll keep it in mind. My new elfin friend. Useful. That's a lot of arrows. Torch. Yes. This is useful. I hear rats.
What was that?
Is someone coming? Is that you, Haknir? Bjorn? Soling? I know I ran ahead with the claw, but I need help.
There's our boy. Oh.
Don't let it get you. Help!
That takes care of that.
Help me! Help! Don't leave me for Arcade's sake.
Fighting Draugr is as much about controlling your fear
me
as
out of
anything
here.
else.
Jogger, huh?
Don't leave me for Arcade's sake.
Fine.
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it
Where's
works.
the
claw, the
claw?
markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Claw
Does
first.
it look like I can move? You have to cut me down first. It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Well.
You fool.
Oh.
Why should I?
I don't think so. Let's get out of this awful room. This is better. Let's see what Arvel has to say. My fingers are trembling. The golden claw is finally in my hands, and with it, the power of the ancient Nordic
Draugr
heroes.
are slow and clumsy. Hardly a challenge for a man like me.
The fool Lucan Valerius had no idea that his favorite store decoration was actually the key to Bleak Falls Barrow. Now I just need to get to the Hall of Stories and unlock the door. The legend says there's a test that the Nord put in place to keep the unworthy away, but that when you have the golden claw, the solution is in the palm of your hands. Well, I'm glad to hear you're confident, Faendal. No complaints so far. You said Draugr, right?
Don't like the looks of this.
Oh, now you're not confident. Here we go.
Over here.
Two more.
Is someone there?
Ow. Okay. It is a game, folks.
I know I ran ahead with the claw, but I need help.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Not again. Help! Come on. Don't let it get me. Help! Don't let it get me. Help! You did it. You killed it. Now,
Where's the claw, bitch?
Help me down and I'll show you. Does it
Hand
look
it
like
over.
I can move? You have to cut. It's coming loose. I can feel it.
I was right to be scared of that level 6 Draugr. Not sure what to do about it, though. Maybe chug a stamina potion.
don't like the looks of this.
Oh, you know, I'm feeling hungry. Let's have a drink.
Is someone there?
Did you hear something?
I cannot rest.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Looking rusty. Pass. Safe. Ancient Nord hatchet. Could be good. Ah, speaking of traps, Vandal. You were saying? Oh no, this is interesting. Glowing zombie. I think, perhaps I use my archery skills while my idiotic teammate is doing what he's doing. Gotcha. Yeah. Last breath. I agree.
Draugr are slow and clumsy. Hardly a challenge for a man like me.
Examine the weapons. You know what? Let's go for the steel. Looks just as effective and much less spooky. 3, 2, 1.
What was that? It's done.
A warhammer, huh? Ooh. Zug-like. Let's just be careful.
Is someone there? Over here!
Zug likes all two-handed weapons. Zug doesn't like to choose. Axe, hammer, sword, all good. Oh.
You breathed your last.
Remember to check behind you every once in a while. Who knows what might try to sneak up on us.
It's starting to get heavy in here. Let's drop some things. For this shield?
What can I do for you? I'll be sure to put it to good use.
All yours if you want it.
Lead on.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. So Zug is definitely not an herbalist. But does he pick herbs? Like, he's not an alchemist, but is he an herbalist? That's question I don't know the answer to quite yet. Scroll of Fireball. What do we have here? Hello? Let's get him.
Done that.
What's down here?
Fighting Draugr is as much about controlling your fear as anything else.
Deep breath. Oh, missed. What? Thank you. Thank you, random box. Oh my god.
Damn you!
I'll see you in pieces.
Scary Draugr. All right. Ready to rock, Vandal? Let's drink up. See what's next.
Oh.
Ah, chopper. Yes.
Don't like the looks of this.
Huh?
Huh? Exactly.
Don't like the looks of this. Is someone there?
Over here.
What was that?
silver necklace on this Draugr. Interesting.
Still
I
here.
think I have an upgrade for you, Faendal.
It's the least I can do.
How about that bow? What else do I have for you? That might be it for now.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
What is this called? Potion in a barrel.
Keep your eyes open for
I don't know.
traps.
What's the expiration
Old
date on
rooms
these
like
things?
this are usually filled with them.
These murals are so cool. I didn't realize they were all different. Oh, interesting. Are they all different dragon priests? Okay. I think this is always the same. Bear, butterfly, owl. After that level 13 mini boss, I'm expecting this last Draugr to be pretty scary. Let's throw in a hard save. Anybody home?
Wow. Would you look at that?
You hear that?
Is someone there?
Not screwing around this time.
I'll see you in pieces.
That triple attack is brutal. I think that hammers are stronger on Draugr. I'm not 100% sure about that, but let's try the axe out and see if it feels stronger. I think that swords are not as good.
Would you look at that?
Sorry, buddy.
That's how it's done.
Nice. Tank and spank. Dragonstone. Now that is a thing. This Zug cannot read. Well, that looks like a map. And that is a beautiful axe. Well, not bad, buddy. Who knew you had it in you? Let's see what else we can find around here. Always check behind the waterfalls. That's what Dad always said. Up. What is this sculpture? In a random cave. Why is it here? The chamber is so unfinished looking. Hello? Down we go. Let's not fuck with burial sites. Excuse me. Oh, Faendal, got your jumping shoes on? Faendal. Where'd you go, buddy? gonna worry about you, Faendal. Where are you, man? Also, fuck those wolves. Faendal. Where did that elf go? Perhaps I doth worry too much. Be a nice spot to camp. Well, Fane will have to make his own way back, I suppose.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me.
Okay.
Oh, did you need something?
Hello?
I'm collecting ingredients to bring to the gourmet. He'll think my taste's so refined when I offer them to him. You have heard of the gourmet?
I can't say I have.
You've not heard of the gourmet? Author of Uncommon Taste? He is a wizard with a spatula. Well, not an actual wizard, but his recipes are legendary. You know, I've heard the gourmet is in Skyrim right now. What can I do for you? I'm collecting ingredients. You have heard of the gourmet. You know, I've heard the gourmet is in Skyrim right now.
You know, I've heard that before. Nice talking to you, Balbus. Hey, Faendal. You found your way back. Good work, my friend. Oh, yes. I think perhaps we'll make our way back. Another route. Get up. Be gone.
Greetings, Lord. That armor looks like it could use a polish.
So does your hitch, boy. Didn't I tell you last time to be more specific? If you want someone's business, point out the stain on their chest plate or the blood on their boots.
But you don't have any stains on your chest plate.
Go tend to the chickens, boy.
Back to the trader. Faendal, Camilla. Okay. I got something for you, Lucan.
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
100 gold. Not bad.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Thank you.
Whatever you need. Buy Ysmir the finest weapons and armor.
Yes, so you said.
All right.
Good do business, Oliver. Oh, Faendal. You know what, buddy? I think we're good to go from here. So, yeah. Thanks again.
I've got your back.
And,
Certainly.
Here, I'll leave you with something. How's that? How would you like a pretty gem? There you go. All yours, my friend. And keep the armor and the wolf pelts. It's all yours.
Good luck. You're on your own now.
Back to Luke. Sell the rest of what we have. And and then we'll crash at the end.
Thank you so. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. All right then.
Hello again.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Is the room still mine? Delphine? Looks like not.
You're that visitor. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
We need some new clothes. All right. Even if I'm not... Oh, okay. Let's not worry so much about the appearance then, shall we? I was going to say, come in here and change. So what I want to do next is what I've been looking forward to this whole time. These are going to fetch a nice price once I get into the city.
Don't have anything to say to you.
That's fine. We're just gonna chill and read a book. Ah, yes, right. Attention adventurers, it's come to the attention of the Jarl that many travelers are using Brittle Shin Pass to move from Fall Creek to Whiterun. The area is a notorious haven for necromancers, and it's advisable that you stick to the main road while traveling. And the Bandit Bounty, by order of Balgriff the Greater. To all able-bodied men, women of Whiterun, the bandit located in Silent Moon's camp has been harassing, robbing, and attacking citizens and visitors. A reward will be offered. Kill the leader. Arville's Journey we read earlier. A Brief History of the Empire, Volume 2. Well, you don't have Volume 1. Skip that for now. Thief is also a sequel, and it will say so here at the start. If the reader has not yet had the pleasure of reading the first volume in the series on the life of Vestloff Errol, Beggar, he should close this book immediately, for I shan't recap. That's what we should do. Let's read the Book of the Dragonborn by Prior Emmeline Medrine, Order of Talos, Swain and Priory. Year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are of course ruled by the Dragonborn Emperors, but the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alessia was given the Amulet of Kings, and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit.
You're nothing but trouble.
Excuse me? Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alessia with this blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alessia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Aliads. Those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood became known simply as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the Empire was thus there from the beginning. Only those of the dragon blood were able to wear the Amulet of Kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the Empire have been Dragonborn, the emperors and empresses of the First Cyrodiilic Empire founded by Alessia. Riemann, Cyrodiil and his heirs, and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not simply a matter of heredity. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who become Emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they Dragonborn and thus able to do these things, or was the doing of the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both a mystery, that it is both and neither a divine mystery. A line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, of course, which is one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There's also no evidence that Riemann Cyrodiil was descended from Alessia, though there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Riemann and the likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akaviri Crusaders who invaded the Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events of Pale Past bear this out, and the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Riemann Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as Emperor, although Riemann himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are two or more potential Dragonborn at any time, the current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of the Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Riemann's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were or might be Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days when dragons are a distant memory, we forget that in the early days being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of the dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Reman Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard. Again, the connection to dragons, the direct predecessor to the blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It is often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many have also believed that its omens have been fulfilled, and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped, when the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles, when the dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless bleeding, the world leader wakes, and the wheel turns upon the last dragonborn. Did you enjoy the story, Repairman? I can't tell what emote that is. I'm sure it's not a flattering one. I love these books, man. I am such a nerd. Alright, I'm mousing over your emote so I can see what it is. Banana 198 face. It's hamsters, but I modified it so he's picking his nose. Ah. I see you announced the TFC bracket in the beer league. It's good. I'll read that after I get done here. You up for another story? Got one more book I haven't read. I got this mod that makes all these books have cool covers. Look, they're even labeled. Olaf and the Dragon. By... I'm not sure if I can read it. Almost bedtime. Read you a story. You got it. Coming right up. I like this story. Olaf and the Dragon. By Adonato Liatelli. One of the most colorful legends in Nord folklore is the tale of Olaf One-Eye and Numinex. Long ago in the First Age, a fearsome dragon named Numinex ravaged the whole of Skyrim. The dreadful drake wiped out entire villages, burned cities, and killed countless Nords. It seemed that no power in Tamriel could stop the monster. This was a troubled time in Skyrim's history, for a bitter war of succession raged between the holds. The Jarls might have been able to conquer the beast if they had worked together, but trust was in desperately short supply. A skillful warrior named Olaf came forward and promised to defeat the beast. In some accounts, he is the Jarl of Whiterun. In others, Olaf promises the people of Whiterun that he will capture the monster if they will name him Jarl. At any rate, Olaf ventures forth with a handful of his most trusted warriors and seeks the beast out, eventually finding Numinex in his lair atop Mount Anthor. Needless to say, it is an epic battle. First, Olaf comes at the dragon with his axe and his shield. Some variants of the legend say that Olaf and the beast battled with blade and claw for days, but were too evenly matched for either to gain an advantage. Most accounts hold that Olaf, perhaps frustrated that his weapons are completely ineffectual against the dragon, finally casts them aside. Giving voice to the rage that has been building within him, Olaf unleashes a terrible shout. Here again, the stories diverge. Many accounts hold that Olaf did not realize he possessed the power of dragon speech, while others suggest he had long possessed this gift, but wished to test himself against the dragon in martial combat first. Virtually all variations of the legend, however, agree on what happened next. Using the awesome powers of the dragon language, Numenex and Olaf engaged in an epic shouting duel atop Mount Anthor. So forceful are their words, they are said to shatter the stone and split the sky. Finally, Numenex collapses from a combination of injury and sheer exhaustion. Somehow, and this detail is conspicuously absent in virtually every account, Olaf manages to convey the dragon all the way back to the capital city of Whiterun. The people of Whiterun are suitably impressed with Olaf's hostage. They build a huge stone holding cell at the rear of the palace, which they rename Dragon's Reach. This enormous cell serves as Numenex's prison until his death. Olaf himself eventually becomes the High King of Skyrim, putting an end to the War of Succession. Presumably, his great deed made him the only leader upon whom all the people could agree, and so the land once again has peace. As a visitor to Skyrim, I find this tale both fascinating and highly entertaining. It is one of the most celebrated legends of the Nords, and one can easily understand why. It's a story of surpassing heroism, in which a resourceful and worthy Nord does battle with a truly terrifying adversary, and emerges victorious by yelling him into submission. The only way in which this could have been even more of a Nordic tale would be if Olaf beat Numenex in a drinking contest. The legend is not without its doubters, however. The bard Svaknir, who lived during Olaf's reign, wrote and performed an alliterative verse that challenged Olaf's version of events. Enraged, the High King threw the rebellious bard in prison and destroyed all written copies of the verse. How I would love to lay hands on a copy of that verse. I admit, I'm immensely curious to know what assertions Svaknir made about how Olaf really defeated Numenex. There are a few ancient bard texts that provide one possible answer. These tomes suggest that Numenex was particularly foul-tempered because he was extremely old. In these accounts, the dragon spends his final years terrorizing the countryside before flying off to the top of Mount Anthor to die in peace. When Olaf finds Numenex, the dragon is too weak to defend himself. Olaf and his men capture the beast without effort, but decide to take advantage of the situation by fabricating a heroic tale. It is worth noting that all of Olaf's warriors, who were said to witness the shout duel, went on to become wealthy leaders during Olaf's reign as High King. However, it is equally likely that Svaknir had some grudge against Olaf, and his scandalous verse was an attempt to damage the High King's reputation. Alas, we will never know. I leave you now, good reader, with this gentle reminder. A good historian must remain impartial and consider all points of view. Time has a way of distorting our record of events, so the closer you can get to the original sources, the better. A solid reminder for the times we live in, wouldn't you say? And now, Warrior Zug, whose mission it is to read every book in Skyrim, is going to take a nap.
You're that visitor been poking around.
There are, I think, like 350 odd books in Skyrim proper, but I've also added a mod that adds all the books from the previous games. So there are something over 500 in the game that I'm playing right now. And they're all roughly the length that I just showed you. Actually, a few of them are much longer. But yeah. Zug on a big mission, and he's going to sleep late. He's going to get a solid 18-hour rest. So that when he wakes up, it's morning time. So the book I just read about Olaf the Dragon, the bard that it refers to, yes, the number bottom left is my current subs. That's accurate. I'm leaving it there just to give people a little incentive. If you look too, you can also see on this side, there's the scoreboard for Imperial versus Stormcloaks. If people are interested, then I'm giving them a chance to vote and with their wallets, essentially, on which side of the Civil War Zug fights on. Who knows if anyone will find that interesting enough, but I'm giving it a try. Now, Zug has to choose which skill to level up first. If we go based on use, I think that Zug used two-handed the most, and that would be appropriate to level up. But Zug also just found a new hunger for books. Hey, repair with the gift sub. Tier 1. Congrats to Wonkiness. Imperials. All right. You got it. Did that work? I can't see the stream preview. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing exactly what I expect people to do. There's no like direct integration. You just you sub and you tell me who you want to vote for. And if you really want to pump the vote up, you can buy a whole bunch of gift subs. So why Imperials though? Why not the glory of the Stormcloaks, my friend? When you did your Skyrim game, you did Stormcloaks. Okay. Didn't like the taste? They're racist. It's true, and I'm playing an orc. Priorities. Actually, Zug leveled up at least twice. Let me see. Yeah, I actually have enough experience to level 3. But one of the add-ons I have makes it so you can only level up when you sleep. And you can only sleep to level up once per day. Fuck, man, the music. Yes. You miss this game. Everyone misses Skyrim. That's the thing about it. I miss Skyrim. That's why I'm back. It's a game that, like, it's so big that you just get lost in it. And I think it turns people off sometimes, but I'm just going to get lost. Everyone's going to see where it takes us. Who is summoning me? Discord. Full RTX for PS5 when RTX Skyrim would actually be pretty damn hype. Although, given the current applications of RTX that we've seen, I'm not so sure it would run very well. You know, Todd wants to release another. I'm sure. Actually, I'm sure that Todd couldn't care less, and it's that guy from the publisher, which is named Pete Hines, I think. Your main complaint with this game is using mouse and keyboard is kind of annoying. Yeah, this game actually plays fairly well with a controller. I actually thought about doing that, but I just like having all the keybinds. What's up, Lucan? I didn't know you came to the inn. Nice mace you got there. Okay, well, I'm off to...
You're that visitor been poking around.
Zug's next adventure. I think we're going to make a trip into Whiterun to let the Jarl know about the dragon. But we're going to bring some help with us. So, okay, I'll give you guys a chance to vote on something. There are a couple different followers I can take with me for the trip. I've let go of Faendal because he's a bit surly. But I can pick up either this guy, Gore.
Greetings.
This is actually a modded character.
The Horkers, my friend. The Horkers. I can't get enough of a good bowl of Horker stew. Fresh garlic, tomatoes, a sprinkle of lavender.
It sounds great, except for the Horker part.
You jest. But there's nothing like good Horker stew.
This guy.
It ain't like the loaf.
Is he eating the
which is a
Horker?
bit chewy and marinated in that ocean flavor. But you put that in a stew, toss in a little garlic, and all that ocean brine melts into pure
Christ.
flavor.
You're in the wrong place. Riverwood isn't exactly the Horker capital
That
of
isn't
Skyrim.
it. You see, I've tried stews of all different flavors from all over Tamriel.
A real
I've
foodie.
tried your venizons and your steaks. I've tried your bug meat, your horror pies, and chorus nuggets.
Chorus nuggets?
Some wood elf charlatan even tried to sell me what he called a wyvern steak, but it tasted like mountain goat. I've tried every meat from the Somerset Isles to the shores of Solsteam, and ain't nothing compared to a fresh pot of Horker stew. But you know what I haven't tried? I haven't tried a dragon. And call me crazy, but I think I saw one fly this way not long ago.
I like this guy's attitude. You like this guy, Repair? Okay. We're gonna go with Gore. We'll hunt the dragon together.
Well,
dine
there's
on
still the
its
problem
flesh.
with scales. We need to find a way in, unless you plan on using your teeth.
We'll talk more later. Let's roll.
Let's go.
All right. Gore is a win. He's pretty tough looking, too. All right, let's go to Whiterun. The other guy who I could have brought along with me is a bit more of a tough pill to swallow. So this game doesn't look like it, but it is heavily modded. In terms of the aesthetics, I take a very vanilla plus approach, but I've done a lot under the hood to get the most out of it. I love when the music cuts in.
Fighting styles often come down to build. You got arms like a clanfield, and you got no range with a weapon, but you're quick with a shield.
Distracting. Look at a hammer. Yeah, let's be hammer bros. I got a hammer. You won an only game you put 40 hours into roaming around and lost steam and had to hate play to finish the main quest, which you did it differently. I think a lot of people have had that experience with Skyrim. Me, you take that and you add obsessively modding it. I get to the point where it's either hate play or stop, and I've always stopped. So the seed of this mod setup is actually something that I did last year. And I just never ended up playing it. So I said, okay, I'm just going to pick up the setup, I'm going to update it, and we're going to play it without modding too much. So we don't get too accustomed to the smell of it, you know? Here we go. Here's the big city. You know, if Elder Scrolls came out mid-quarantine, the scales would probably be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous either way. What's going on here? Y'all admiring the city view too?
Citizen, I'm warning you. Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone.
Alright then. We're thinking Imperial anyway, right? I'm pretty sure if I killed those Empire guys, I could free the Stormcloak prisoner. Coming from a guy who eats exotic meats like kangaroo and alligator, yeah, you like Gore too. Kangaroo and alligator. How'd you get a passion for that? I can't say I've ever been exposed to anything like that. Beef jerky store in Wisconsin. Sounds lovely. Oh, the giant encounter.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
And what's a shield, brother?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up
Sisters,
to
you
solve
say?
problems if the coin is good enough.
Sounds reasonable. Looking for help?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Let's get indoors. Ayella's getting all wet. You know, there's some very, very good-looking mods that can really bring that vision to life. Not what I'm going for here, but they do exist. How much to say? Not more? Oh, okay.
By easy, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north by the Loria's farm. Had a coffin in the park, don't like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey, Luca. But you were gone longer than usual. I got to thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
You sound like my mom. Figured I was lying dead in a field somewhere. Is that it?
Thought did cross my mind, yeah. War brewing, talk about fire.
I've never understood the relationship between Skullbar and Cuthbert.
Careful, huh? Thanks, Skullbar. I'll remember that. Yeah, right.
Just eavesdropping, don't mind me. So easy.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Excuse me? Everyone's favorite resident voice. Leslie. I have a mod that makes it so that NPCs spam you less with like voice lines and shit. I didn't know if he was going to stop and say something. I'm kind of glad he did.
Port. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Whiterun. If I never saw Dragon's Reach again, it'd be too soon.
Let's see. Stand aside, or else.
Or else what? You think you can stand against the entire Whiterun City Guard? The gate's closed.
Probably right. I have news about Helgen. There's a dragon attack.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own.
Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Hey, you. You got any, big swords?
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. The finest weapons and armor.
I guess I already sold myself to Alvor and Riverwood. Let's see, anything here that interests me? Nothing that I could afford. That's a cool looking enchant. Okay, well, nothing to sell me, but, tell me about
Plenty.
Whiterun.
I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in Jorvaskr, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
And you work the forge all day?
Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him.
You know what? I'm headed that way anyway. Why not?
Thanks. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Maybe later. I want to transact my business and get out of the way.
Crops from my farm. That was one of your kin. Culprit rot in prison. I'm surprised you had the wits to notice all. What with your nose buried so far up the Emperor's backside, I won't be laughing with the foul.
I'm eavesdropping here.
World gone mad, I say.
Look at that sword.
I've already put in a claim to the land and property you'll forfeit when you're found to be a collaborator. I'll remember that when the Stormcloaks liberate the city. No amount of money will protect them.
I love all the political shit in this game. Sub to vote, by the way. Stormcloak or Empire. Empire's winning. Oh, no Heimskr? Sad. Maybe we'll see him later. Maybe he's getting out of trade. I'm pretty sure one of the mods that I have is going to get the annoying refrain. I don't know, but one of the mods that I have makes it so that non-working NPCs flee when it's raining. Ooh, let's warm up.
My lord, please. You have to listen. If the news from Helgen is true, well, there's no telling what it means. I only counsel caution. We cannot afford... My lord, please. This is no time for rash action.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
I have news about Helgen. There's a fucking dragon.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Apparently dragon's the magic word around here. Look at that arm. Yeah, bro.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Dragon destroyed Helgen? And last I saw, it was heading this way.
By Ismir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkreath
This
will
city's
view that
as
as a
good a place as
provocation.
any.
He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
What's this got to do with dragons?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
So what do you need?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
You mean this old stone?
Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Mages. Not for Zug. So, I have some magical clothing that I've come by, let's say. Would you like to buy it
Dragon's
from me,
Reach to discuss
perchance?
the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
Oh my goodness, I forgot Farengar had so much dialogue. Okay, Farengar, tell me, what are your duties as a court wizard?
I'll put it simply so you'll understand.
Wizards
I
love to be
advise
asked
the
about
Jarl in matters
themselves.
of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good
So a
day.
sort of magical consultant. Hey, I'm not done with you.
It seems this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passions of late. Me, I prefer my books and my spells.
Light Landwehr. Have you encountered any dragons?
Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be.
To whom do you owe your
If I
allegiance?
said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? Probably not. As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care who gives the orders. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day.
Well, that didn't work, but I still have stuff to tell you.
There's a tranquility in magic, don't you think? It is simply energy to be harnessed by those with the will and knowledge to do so.
If you say
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to gather.
I'll hang on to that. Scroll of Conjured Deadeye Captain. Weird. Well, as much as I enjoy doing business with you, Farengar, are you the only wizard in Whiterun?
I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense.
Why not?
Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Elves. All right. Proventus. I need to talk to you.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
Adrian gave me this to give to you to give to the Jarl. So here it is.
From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered.
Thanks. So, Proventus, why is the keep called Dragon's Reach? We already know
It's an old
this.
tale, but well known to those of us who served
This is the book we read earlier.
Long ago, there lived a mighty hero of the Nords, Olaf One-Eye. Olaf did battle with a fearsome dragon named Numenex. The struggle between Olaf and the dragon culminated in a mighty duel atop Mount Anthor, with Olaf the victor. Olaf returned in triumph to Whiterun. By his decree, the city's keep was rebuilt as a prison for Numenex, and so, from that time until this, our great keep has been called Dragon's Reach.
And, how did Whiterun come to be?
Ah, splendid. Our fine city has a proud history, and I'm happy to share what I know. The history of Whiterun begins with Jorrvaskr, the Hall of the Companions. For a long time, it was the only building on the mountain. As time passed, a thriving community sprang up around Jorrvaskr, as was common with mead halls. Today, Whiterun is the jewel of Skyrim. I can say without boast that it is the greatest city in all the holds.
And its districts?
Well, there are 3 of them, arranged in 3 tiers, as you may have noticed. The Plains District is so named because it's the closest of the 3 to the plains that surround the city. The inn and marketplace are found there. Most of the city's residents live in the Wind District, which is the middle of the 3. Dragon's Reach occupies the highest, which we call the Cloud District. From here, the Jarl can see all
Very
that goes on
functional
within
naming.
his city.
Now that we've chatted, can we talk about the price of a house? Like, 7,500 is what I've heard, but perhaps we can come down on that a bit.
Splendid. There's a house available right now. Very
Maybe
well.
I'll wait a bit.
Just let me know when you're ready to purchase the house. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
What do you need?
So what's your problem with this place, man?
A high elf whose toe I stepped on once told me, Watch where you step, Horker Brath. It was the highest compliment he could have paid me. Alright then.
Fair enough.
They say Yorland Greymane crafts weapons that can make heroes out of beggars. I'd like to see him turn Embry into a Dragonborn.
Good to see you.
Nice looking armor there, friend.
But I'm not a man. I'm a weapon in human form. Just unsheath me and point me at the enemy.
No disagreement here. What's your story?
I might just be a servant among lords, but don't think for a moment I don't take my duties as seriously as the Jarl himself takes his.
Cool.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
It's getting late. Wonder if Arcadia is still haunting her place of business. My guess is not so much. Oh, she's open.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Pardon me, but do I detect a case of the rattles? I've got something for that.
I don't think so. I have some frost salts for you from Farengar.
Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice.
Thank you. Those will be useful. So you're a healer?
Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed.
You ever think of returning to Cyrodiil?
Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20!
Fair enough.
Be careful out there. Watch what you're doing.
My apologies. Good evening. Let's find ourselves a room for the night.
You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son, hmm? What of Thorold? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side, and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives, I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorold?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, coward. Your stupid son is dead. He died a Stormcloak traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Yikes.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face.
how do you know they're lying?
It's not wise to discuss it here. Please, if you truly wish to help, meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
You know what? Why not?
You would? Oh, that would be wonderful.
I suppose you're heading there now? Okay. It is evening.
The guards in Dragon Street say you aided the Jarl. On behalf of Whiterun, I thank you.
Okay. My pleasure, friend.
Wait,
One of the perks of fighting in the arena is everyone in the city knows your name. Some people don't like the fame.
What's going on here?
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
What are you two arguing about?
My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room.
Do you need help finding the sword?
I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you.
You're not from Skyrim, are you?
No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
I'll keep it in mind. Just be kind to your wife.
Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Averstein, put that down. He's here to help us find Thorold.
How do we know he's not spying for the Battleborn? This was foolish. We can't trust anyone. Who knows what they'll do if they find me here.
I can't take any more of this. No weapons, please. Let's just talk.
All right, Mother.
Can I help you?
So, you're here to help?
I don't even know what's going on.
My brother Thorold. He was fighting for the Stormcloaks and went missing. Everyone assumes he's dead. But he's not. I just know it. The Imperials captured him, and they're holding him someplace. The Battleborns know where. I'd go and search their house for proof, but they want me to. I'd be captured, and then we'll never know what happened to him. So I need someone to find that proof for me.
Why do you believe the Battleborns are involved?
The Battleborns, the Emperor's biggest bootlickers here in Whiterun. Their connections to the Empire and the Legion are well known. When Thorold didn't return home, there was no question in my mind. They knew Thorold supported the Stormcloaks, knew he was gonna aid them in battle, made sure he didn't come back. Locked him up someplace to get back at my family. I'm sure of it.
And what kind of proof are you looking for?
Anything that confirms that Thorold isn't dead, but is being held captive. I know those Battleborns have it. They'd be hiding it, of course. Wouldn't want it to get out that they've been lying this whole time. But you might be able to butter them up enough to lower their guard. Best if you didn't mention to anyone that you saw me here.
Okay, Avelstein. Nice axe, by the way. Get that from Yorland? Who I guess is your, what, father, uncle?
Please, anything you can do to help me find my Thorold.
Why do you think the Battleborns are involved?
It's hardly a secret that they have ties to the Empire and hate anyone who speaks out against it. Thorold did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it.
And what gives you the sense that he's still alive?
He's my son. I feel it in my heart. Oh, you'd understand if you had children.
Perhaps. Know any good blacksmiths?
I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband, Eorland, tends the Skyforge up at Jorvaskr. The Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Holds. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing Battleborns. You take care of yourself now.
Okay. Interesting trip. You guys locking me in here? Let me out.
Stay away from that.
Well, I don't want a bounty. This is silly. Why am I locked in the house? Because they locked up after I got in here? Another way out? I like this place, actually. You guys got a bet I could crash in for the night? I just got into town. It sure be doing me a solid. Hey, you know, something of a book collector. Anything here you guys wouldn't mind letting me take from my collection? No?
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman? It's
What
been
can you
a
tell me
while
about
now.
Thorold?
I miss him, but it's clear he's not coming back. He knew what he was getting into. I don't blame anyone. Yeah, take care.
I just want to leave, yo. Tell you what.
I miss the days when the Greymanes and Battleborns got along. Ever since the war started, they've been at each other's throats.
Don't forget to eat, drink, take breaks. Meds to those who need it. You're valid and more. Thank you, Graham. What a kind message. Not safe in an own bed.
Do you have news?
You
Did
like
you
my
find something?
expressive eyebrows. That's a new one by me. Thank you. I'll take it. How are you doing tonight? You a fan of Skyrim, or are you just dropping by to spread the love? I'm currently deciding what to do with being stuck in this house, locked in. And if I try to get out, I'm convicted of a crime. You're a fan of Skyrim. Spreading love randomly. Respect both of those things. Respect both. And Freya is just patrolling these doors. Let's wait till morning when they leave, sneak by. Yeah, I guess I could. It just feels so weird. But, you know. Maybe we'll, pass some time by reading a book. You have a seat there, my, burly friend. Pretty sure I can tell him to sit, right? You fix it. Oh no. You kind of feel like shit because you walked all the way to the store, then you realized you forgot your mask and didn't feel like going back to the Oh yeah, that's a moment.
Hmm?
I need you to do something.
What do you need, friend? What do you need? Is that it?
Isn't this nice? They sell masks inside. That's I mean, I guess you could just like depending on what you're wearing, you could just like take your shirt, put it like over your nose, right? I guess it depends what you have on you. Cabin in the Woods, Volume 2. I think I won't. Let's just say we sat here chatting the night away. Unlike some places in the world, your country has standards, so face cloth isn't enough. Standards, huh? Yeah, it's
Please,
interesting. I
anything
think
you
that
can do to help me find
standards
my
vary a
Thorald.
lot where I'm from, which is West Coast U.S. All right, it's morning time. You're all going to work. You can let me out now, right?
Yeah? About time, friend. Here I was thinking I was going to have to kill something without you.
You struggle with reading emotions, so expressive eyebrows are easier for you. Oh, that makes sense. Oh my god, okay. Well, there's no one who's going to see me sneak out. I wonder how this interaction will work. Okay, now that we're free. Time scares at it again.
Best offense is a good defense. Am I right?
Fresh baked loaves.
Still baubles for sale. All crafted by the best blacksmith
Yeah,
in
it's not
Skyrim.
like the modding approach that I have is not a heavy-handed one, but it is part of the fun, I think.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Let me know if you want anything.
please.
I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
What say you?
Keep your eyes straight ahead and your mind looking back.
Got a shit PC. You can't even mod Skyrim. That's sad. I don't. What is this? Is just laying down on the floor?
Comes ignorance.
I don't know. You can mod Skyrim to run on
How
a lot
about chopping up
of
some
different
wood for
kinds
the
of
fires?
PCs these days. I'd like to run a.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Yep, I know where it is.
Easier to put on.
If it's a lady you're sure. What can I do for you? Some parting advice?
The thirsty, rooms for the weary. Now this is a temple.
All right, everyone, just shut up. Problem is that mods to make it run decent make it pixelated, so you can play at 60 frames per second, but it's like watching through a phone on free Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's a tough thing to trade off. I totally hear you on that. Let's go for help. And I've decided I'm going to do speech. So that means I should be able to sell and buy items for 13.5% more in my favor. Nice. But alas, as it was my character's bedtime, so too has mine arrived. And I must call it a night. It's like Minecraft for you at this point. You know the game way too deeply and way too much weird info to enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. I've actually approached Skyrim many times in the last few years with an eye towards playing a lot of it, and I always get to a point with it. Thank you for the follow, by the way, and welcome. Um, I always get to the point where I have had too much of it. Like I'm too saturated. I need to just take a break, and I'll come back next year, and then I'll want to mod again, and I'll do the same thing. This time, I took a mod setup that I actually worked on last year, and just was sitting on my computer. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play it. I'm not gonna mod it. Just gonna play it. I did do a little bit of updating, but and I also gave myself a specific remit, which is that I want to stream it and I want to read all the books. You didn't see me do it just now, but earlier when I was resting in Riverwood, I actually read Olaf and the Dragon and the Dragonborn Prophecy or whatever that book is called. It's kind of a fun part of the game I really like. If you want to stream video games, the only one you can handle on your PC and stream are the ones you can't enjoy anymore. So not really much personality I can share. Yeah, I mean, there's also other ways to stream. A lot of people do like reaction content to videos, and really like it. Um, I don't know, man. I hear your annoyance about the situation, but I definitely encourage you to find some way to channel that creativity. Depression. Yeah. Well, hey, it's a mental health holiday, right? Or there was one over the weekend. Um, Graham, have you heard of Healthy Gamer GG by any chance? If you'd react to something, it'd be easier to react to. Yeah. Well, if you do get bored, Healthy Gamer GG, it's mental health for gamers. Actually, I found it super, super useful. There's actually a lecture series specifically. Um, by this Harvard-trained psychiatrist named Dr. Alok Kanogia. He's a really smart dude, and he really speaks the lingo. When your parents move, you can have a bedroom to yourself. Fiber to DSL. DSL could be rough. Anyway, Graham, I'm gonna call it a night. It was really good talking to you, and I'll be doing more Skyrim streaming if you want to come by and drop by. And we can re-experience Skyrim together again, as we all have always wished to do. At least that's the hope. Take care. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.